Have you ever been overwhelmed by a spreadsheet that seems impossible to navigate? That was me when I first started using Excel. But then I realized it's all about learning the basic tools that give you control. Let's crack this Excel together. Think of Excel as your digital workspace, and just like any workspace, it's divided into sections to help you stay organized and efficient. For example, this one is a ribbon. The good thing about Excel, if you click an icon, it pops up some message. For example, this one it says ribbon display option. So this is a ribbon. Here I have ribbons are like drawers that in a toolbox where all your tools are stored. These are the tools that you will be using frequently with this Excel. The tabs like home, insert, draw, page layout, and the rest, they are like categories of each tool. Then each tab gives you access to specific commands. For example, on the Home tab, you'll find tools like formatting, insert, delete, you see. And then also on the tab, we also have the Insert tab, is where you find options for adding things like tables. We have pivot tables, pictures, charts, you do slicer, timelines, and so many. Knowing where each tool is located saves you time and helps you work faster. Then we have cells. This one, before we go to cells, we have this one here is a formula bar, very important. This formula bar shows you the formulas you'll be using in Excel. You'll be typing formulas. When you click on FX, it pops out. It has a lot of formulas. We have sum, average, from basic to advanced. Beside here, you type the description of what you want to do and then click go. For example, if I want to look for sum, you click go. It brings all the sums, sum, if else, some product, and so many. Then you say okay, then you continue. But for now, we won't use that one. And now here we have the cells. These are cells. Inside Excel, cells are like the individual desks where you store your work. A cell is an intersection of a row, these are rows, and a column, these are columns. So each cell has its own unique address, like this is cell A1, this is cell B1, C1. If I touch here, it is cell F5. It means the letter A is the columns. So the more you populate, it continues. And the rows are in numbers. So this cell is called cell C7. It means the cell is in column C, row number 7. If you go here, it means it is in column B, cell number 12. And then we have sheets. Down here, there are sheets. Then you can add more sheets and keep adding. An Excel workbook can have multiple sheets, which are like separate tabs in a binder. Each sheet is like a different page where you can work on different parts of your project. You can click add. At the same time, if you double click it, you can add, you can name here. Let's say you can name here customer. Then you press enter. Or you can still delete it if you put your cursor on the sheet, you highlight it, then you right click. You have options to delete, rename, move, copy. So this one maybe we can delete it. So these sheets allow you to separate data. Maybe sheet 1 you can do customer details. Here you can do product details, and then sheet 3 you can do supplier details. It helps you organize your data very well. Now let's talk about basic tools. These copy, cut, paste, undo and redo. These tools, for example, assume in this cell I write my first Excel work. You press enter. So I have populated this. So imagine you need to copy a piece of evidence. So this is your evidence. So you Control C to copy. Then when you say control, you press control is on your keyboard, CTRL. You press control. At the same time, you press V, means you paste. Then if you want to undo what you have done, you say Control Z on your keyboard. It has undo. Otherwise, you can, once you highlight, once you select, you can still right click it, then copy. You can insert, you can delete, whatever you want to do. But I find it more useful and quite quicker to work when you use keyboard shortcuts. So imagine you have a bulk work and every time you have to do this, it is tiring. But when you select the cell, then you Control C, you have copied. So you want to go and put it in another sheet. Let's say you want to put it here. You say Control V. It is very fast. If you want to undo what you've done, say Control Z, and everything goes back to the original. You also need to understand formatting data. Beyond moving data around, it is important to format it. Formatting includes the number styles. For example, when you go back to your home page, there is this number here. Let's do a sample data. Let's say we have customer name, and I need it. Then here we have customer ID. So customer name, let's say ABC, and then we say ID is 123. Okay, so and then this customer ordered, so total order, say purchase, let's say this customer bought goods worth $300. Now when you're doing formatting, you can see when you click a cell here, it shows the general. So the text is general, it contains mix of all characters similar to this. But now let's say for example I want purchase to be in currency. So I'll come here, purchase. If you select here, you see currency. You select currency, there's a lot. If you're working on dates, if you're working on time, percentage. So let's say we select currency. Once currency is selected, automatically it will put a $sign. Okay, then if the data, let's say this one, I want it to be numbers. I don't want it to be letters, because this one means anyone can enter even the numbers. So I need this data to be formatted in numbers. So you select number. So if you have the date of purchase here, then you will come and select the correct date format. You may want to have this data. For example, you want it to be at the center. This is where you align it in this section. When you check the ribbon, there is alignment. So look at it. I have selected the cell. If I touch here, you see it is moving to the center, it is moving to the edge. So it depends with how you want it to move. And then you can also put it in the orientation. If I select here, whichever angle, clockwise, vertical text, rotate, whichever format you want it to put it. So if you don't want to all this to happen, you always undo. You Control Z. Otherwise, you can use here undo alignment. When you click here, you see it has gone back one step backwards. Remember, I had edited multiple times, so if you continue going back, it will continue like that. So this one has to undo. If you want to redo the alignment, use this. Let's see. That is how it will redo. Okay. And then the next thing, maybe you want to say here is customer orders. Now let's say you want this customer order to appear quite large because you need it as the main topic. So you bring your cursor to the row, then look for this plus. You can see the difference. So bring the plus, then I've long pressed left of the mouse, and then drag to the size that you want, then release. So you see customer orders is quite big than the other. Then you can also change the background color. It's here. It looks like a film. It's a brush. The color that you want. Let's see that one. And then you can choose the font color. Let's see, green. And then also the size of the text. You see, it changes. And then you can also change here. Here. Then alignment, it's you the one to. This is you. You can move around. You see, it is moving. And now you can see the Excel work. It's like it has gone to cell B, to the next cell, but this cell is empty. So if you want these words to fit, you bring your cursor. When you see the plus, double click.